Hold up, let me start it. Juju with a new boo to Juju with a boo boo. Man, y'all stick around.
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is A or B.
It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer!
Oh man, I can get used to that, man. I can get used to that, man.
I like that. All four just
Yeah, out here, man.
like that.
I'm in the building with TT, aka the first lady of Hater Debate. Y'all show y'all love to the first lady in the building. You already know it's me, Pete the
Good
Geek.
evening, peoples.
Man, how you doing tonight, man? How was practice and everything?
Long. And it's going to be even longer because they have a meet on Saturday. So that is going to be that's going to be a long day. Shout out to anybody in the Columbia area that's watching us. Y'all want to come out, support some kids. There's a track meet at Airport High School on Saturday. Gates open up, I believe, at 8 o'clock. Events start around 8:30 and 9. It's an all-day thing. Young kids, girls, boys, from 5 to 18 to be out there just trying to let's go, team, ladies.
Shout out to the kids and for everybody. I also still have this for you, and I have another one for today. Y'all stick around to the end when we do the challenge, and we got something for everybody, as long as you tune in. But today I wanted to start because I hadn't talked with you about it. And I didn't want to just jump right into the Juju thing. I had to reel him in first.
Juju
with the title.
Juju with a boo-boo. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? You got to type up a quick code take for him. But I was thinking about, the Shador Sanders and the Bronny James situation.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking the other day on the show, and we were talking, and I was saying they, because on TV they're more like they don't feel sorry for Shador. I don't think you should feel sorry for anybody for any scrutiny because that comes with the position. So I'm with Acl. He said that, not from Shannon Sharp show, but from the what is his name? It's not Chad, but the other one from the show. It is, but
I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, he's saying how Shador and how Bronny, he was talking basically about Shador. Nobody knows what he's going through, but he knows what he's going through. You look at his dad, they say born with a silver spoon in his mouth or whatever, but I see it as his dad's always made his own path. His dad gave the media what he wanted them to have. His dad not only talked the talk, his dad walked the walk. So when you say he only made it because of his dad, where was he before? You know what I mean? All of this stuff right here and all of that. Who really knows, man? who really knows? Did anybody pay attention to that? Did anybody pay attention to any other football players in that league at the time?
Not even that. If anybody is a true Deion type fan, like you go back to watching when he had the reality show, when Shador and Shiloh and what's the baby girl? I can't remember. Bossy was younger. He had them kids. They wasn't. It wasn't. I'm gonna just hand you. He would ask some questions. He would make them work. And so, for people to say, "Oh, well, he had a silver spoon in his mouth," okay, yeah, he may have grown up a little bit more privileged than a lot of other people, but he still had to get out on that field and play. He still had to be able to produce and be able to play the game. And a lot of people out there like, oh, it's just Sanders' name, Sanders. Well, a lot of people, who, unless you really follow sports, you got some of these newcomers who don't realize Colorado is not the first Power 5 school that Shiloh played for. Shiloh started at USC as a Gamecock.
Yep, sure did.
And he wasn't bad. It's because when his dad got the job at Jackson State, he said, I'm going to go play with my dad and my brother while I can.
That's right.
Because he could have stayed over here with Beamer and them and been doing some damage.
They would have been in the playoffs this year. I know that for a fact.
Exactly.
I know that for a fact. That defense was biting. But for them to put, like, I'll go off of what you said. For them to say that right there is crazy because he's on the field. And this is the difference in when we were talking about Bronny and everything. It was like he has to get the ball passed to him. He have to wait on the bench. Good people don't. Shador don't come off the bench. He starts. Not only does he start, he plays the number one position on the field when we're talking about football. Nobody talks about nothing more than the quarterback. Let's talk about his mistakes.
It's holding the ball a little too long.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you think about it now.
Yeah.
And not to say that's not a valid point, because that is, and I'll definitely give you points on that. But this man is he's definitely a pocket quarterback.
He
got the calmness. I see why that's where he got his NIL from. But you know what I'm saying? The man, the poise that he shows in the pocket, I don't care what nobody says about anything that they're just misjudging him off of. Where is his line of scrimmage? And to have that poise, they mad that he not running all over the field making plays. He's still making plays. He's still making plays.
Jimmy's been able to catch something. So Jimmy was able to catch some ball. LeJounte was able to catch some ball. Travis was catching. I mean, there wasn't like it wasn't like one person was getting him. He was spreading it out.
He wasn't getting like 198 yards a game in passing.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't an accident that he was out there. It wasn't an accident. All the doubt, I can say it is this. We all got to see. I can't see, but we see him from Bronny. In the G League, that's basically like college players or undrafted players that's there, I guess, where he's playing right now. They're not on the NBA level or they'd be there. His numbers show when he go to each one. You know what I mean?
And it's not even that. It's a difference and I wouldn't even say being a bench player means you're not a bad player. Because if you got for example, you have USC to get Lady Gamecocks. Your bench is just as productive as your starter. Sometimes it's not about being on the bench. Sometimes coming off the bench is better because you don't have that pressure. But if you're coming off the bench, you have to be a playmaker. And if you're not a playmaker, then are able to, come off the bench and disrupt the other team in a way that doesn't disrupt your team. Then
so you saying that he's capable of doing that?
I don't think so. In all honesty, I think his brother is better than he is.
Right, and off of what you saying, T, I'm 100% with you. That's why I asked that question right there, because that makes the most sense. I'm not talking bad about him at all. I take away because of his dad, but you see what Joseph said. He only got drafted because of his dad, and I was looking like, who? Bronny.
Yeah. Now,
Then
can he develop into a better player?
He also said he just had a career high 39 the other night.
I think if he should have stayed in school, because I think he can
Right.
develop into the player that he wants to be. He came out because he wanted to play with his dad, and he was so focused on that instead of developing his game and to be separated from his dad's name.
Right.
And if he wants that to happen, it's going to take a lot of off-season 3-on-3 type of action, whatnot, something where he's going to have to learn to play an ISO game to develop and be able to produce those 20, not 39 points every night, but be able to produce at least 10, 15 points, or be able to get in the rebounds, something that's going to keep you on that court, or at least involved in the game plan, and not a last minute, okay, let me go ahead and bring you in.
Right. Well, I can say this, man. The brother, the way that he looks out there and how he looked in college, to me, he wasn't ready to leave college. And I'm not being harsh on him, because he had heart problems. The man, what my boy said the other day, my boy AJ said, man, the man died out on the court.
Sure enough.
And I said, you got to give him that grace, the same as Shaq's son. But at the same time, if you ask me, now y'all can argue, put it in the comments below, and I sent you a link on there, Joseph, too. You can argue with me, you can debate with me if you want to, but I believe Shareef O'Neal is a way better all-around basketball player than Bronny James Jr. will ever be. He plays much better defense. He jumps out the gym. He hustles. He got a mid-range jump shot, a three-point jump shot, ball handles. Man, hey, that's only I can say that right there. Because if influence had anything to do with it, that man's supposed to be playing in the NBA right now. He's in the G League right now for the Kings. He's like a two-way contract with them, and I'm so happy about that, because that boy's supposed to be balling. Just like Old Bowl, if we want to keep it on the nepotism thing. What happened to him? And he was lit like that his whole career. The man is balling now. But he been like that. He could shoot inside, outside, can dribble, could do all that, what Wemby's been doing. But it was a big thing because they phased him out on that.
Yeah. So
it was crazy.
I agree. I agree with that. And not like I said, what's the baby boy name? I can't think of the baby boy name. He's better than Bronny.
Oh, yeah, Bryce.
Bryce is better than Bronny.
Bryce, yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah, he was. Since he caught him in height, he was better than him. Since he caught him in height, he was better than him. But what's his name? Dog, I can't think of it.
But Shaq's daughter is better than Bronny. Let's get real.
Right. I think what's his name? I'm looking at his face in my mind. Don't you hate when you do that right there, man?
Look.
Arvydas Sabonis, that's what I'm looking at, man.
Okay.
His son is a beast out there at the Kings, man. What was this dude, like 40 as a rookie in the NBA?
Yeah.
Come on, man. And we saw what he did, gave Shaq fits out there every time. But his son is out there really balling. So I can't hate on any of these players that have fathers inside the league and doing their thing where they get help or whatever. Who cares? If you're a better player, it's going to show. Who's SGA's dad? I
don't know, but SGA is ridiculous. That dude is ridiculous. I'm like, how?
You know what I mean? Who is Isaiah Thomas's dad? The one from that went to Boston and did all that. 5'11" Isaiah Thomas, not the champion Isaiah Thomas, but the other one.
You asked me to figure out who people's dads is. I can't have trouble figuring out half of the day my day is.
You see what I'm saying? So the father's getting them into the league.
And I'm not mad at that, because you know what? If I was able to do stuff, if I was able to have that influence and be able to give my child that opportunity, I would do what I could to give my child, at least help them get to that opportunity. Now, what you do with it from there,
that's on you. Look, you got Pippen Jr., Peyton Jr., Hardaway Jr. Remember, all of these guys played. They have to hold it up. It ain't up to their dads and them. And all of the juniors really be nice like that. I
Yeah,
can't say they
so I think
elite on
Bronny,
that level.
he's just gonna have to develop his game a little more. He came out too soon. Then you have to think of his heart issue. I think that took a lot out of how he not only could develop but really condition himself
Yep.
to play in the league. So now that he's got clearance and he's good and he's got that year under his belt, you know what I'm saying? I think if he, if this is something you really want to stick to and do, you're gonna have to take the time to develop and really get in the gym, get in the weight room, study your film, don't study your opponent's film, study your own film, see where you are, where you can improve, where how you can do.
Domantas Sabonis, yes.
And I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he's a terrible player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's ready for the league, like in the intensity. I don't think he was ready for that.
And a lot of people's pushback is, how many picks do you see that's doing better than him? I'm like, well, that just means
he
from 1 to 50. Look, that means from like all to him, that draft was weak as hell. It doesn't mean that he's not supposed to be in the league like everybody's arguing with. Anybody else's argument is stay, like you said, health, conditioning. That's when you can condition right. Like, he's gotten better. I can't say he hasn't. And the drop, what he's been dropping on the people in the G League, I can't say those boys is trash. I can't say that, and I won't say that because they balling on another level. But in the NBA, in the NBA, you gotta be on another level like that. And you're drafted like another level like that. They were like, he was 55 though. Man, do you know what happened if I was 55 pick? That's life changing. And he got guaranteed money from LA. Not only did he get drafted to the league by his dad, which was a favor, he got a guaranteed contract. Nobody got that.
And can't nobody this, like I said, this ain't the only league where it's done it at. The little boy, I can't think of his name, came out of Kansas State. He got drafted 6th round by the Cowboys. His daddy is one of the player development personnel for the Cowboys. He actually called him to tell him he was getting drafted. So it's not about everybody goes, oh, the nepotism thing, whatnot. I don't knock them at all. Parents, no matter where you at, you as a parent are going to do what you can to get your child there. Now, your child's got to learn how to get there, and he's got to learn how to get there. And I think, like I said, between the health issues and then learning how to really deal with, all the criticism, because it's one thing to have criticism in high school. It's one thing in college. It's another thing on the NBA level where you have everybody, mama, sister, brother, who got a podcast, a sport, who has an opinion coming at you via, be it like we doing here on Facebook, YouTube, on social media, on the ESPNs,
all those,
all
they
those,
everywhere.
You got the tweets and the texts. For anybody that can get overwhelming, but you got to think this child is still only 20 something years old. So I give grace where it needs to. Where I give grace that he's got to learn some things. And like I said, the fact that he dropped what Trey say 39 on him the other night
39.
shows that he can do it.
Yeah.
It shows that he can do it. Now it's just a matter of improving and working on that so that way,
it's crazy. He can't even score and do big things with his dad out there. He had to go out there and ball without his dad to get big numbers, man. We're going to move on to something else. I don't want to get into that bag, but whoever got the smoke for it. I mean, you can ask Chris Bosh, you can ask Kevin Love, you can ask Isaiah Thomas, you can ask Kyrie Irving, you can ask all of the people that failed to and fade to black from being, I don't know. I'm not even going to say anything like that because I'm not talking bad about this man this year. But
if we're gonna get on that, then y'all need to go fuss at Dale Curry because he got all his boys set up straight.
Him, LeVar Ball, and his name.
Yep. So,
hey man,
that's a
And he talked, he went on TV for talking. They had to have him on multiple episodes. He talked that talking to all his boys, walk that walk. Now, what they did after, he still talked it up because that was just more money in his pocket. That man ain't got to work another day in his life. And that's on him getting money from going to shows. You think they ain't pay him to go on ESPN with all that talk he had? He knew what he was doing.
They did that just because they needed clips. They knew what they were doing.
He knew what he was doing. He already had the shoes. They was crap anyway. Hey, those Mellows is looking nice, though. I can't get mad. Those Mellows is looking nice. But shout out to them, man. Shout out to the fathers. Everybody that's getting their people into the league, man. We give one of them out to you, man. Definitely, man. And in a bad way,
Don't you ever talk about me.
we won't do that, man. But in a great way, we're going to talk. Huh?
That's one of my favorite songs.
No. We're not playing songs on here. No, we can't play that on here because it'll mute our song. We don't have copyright rights to that. Go ahead, you can listen to it. But yeah, we got for the love of it, we got USC and UConn. Sweet 16 bound. Sweet, yeah. Kaylee, you gotta wait. I'm on live. We got 16 bound. I mean, we Sweet 16 bound.
Paige dropped 34 on them last night at her last home game.
You know what I mean? And the last one, man. The last one. I wish I had that. How do I?
But have no fear. Have no fear. Y'all get AZ for one more year. AZ says she's coming back for her 5th year.
I love that. And you know, they got Strong out there too, man. That's a good combination, man.
I
love it. I love AZ's game too, man. But let's talk about what we hadn't been able to talk about. And we'll start from how they started off the tournament.
Okay, so let's talk about round one.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure, Taylor. I had the pleasure of being in CLA on Friday during the USC Tennessee Tech game. And when I tell you that place was loud and rocking, every last player on USC, the entire bench, the only person that didn't score was Ashlyn. That's because she hurt. Everybody scored. But one of the great things about round one was all of the number one teams, for the most part, played like a number one or number two seed. You had 6 teams break the clock and break 100.
Right.
6 teams break 100.
We on them? Because we look at, they had 50 points in the paint. What a lot of people equated that to is they were setting up plays and getting it like that. No, the defense was leading the transition.
Defense was on point.
So, like with the comparison, that's why I say with the comparison, those girls couldn't get the ball across court.
I think they scored 34 points against UConn. If I would have been them, I wouldn't have came back out after halftime.
You know what I mean? 103 to 34. Those both games was respectable, right? And like I said, that defense led to those points and how they got it. But also when it was a half court game, AZ did her thing. Chin did her thing. Strongest inside, outside USA, like we singing everybody going surfing. I mean, you think about how well matched USC and UConn are from top to bottom.
That is a matchup I would love to see again.
I really would, because
I think this time it'll actually be a little bit more of, because those girls at USC took to heart that loss. They took to heart how that affected them, and they've played a lot better since then. Aside from Sunday's game where it came out a little, they tried to play to Indiana's game, but I think that knowing that the way they did them at home in their own home floor, I think that battle will be a little bit closer than it was. It'll be a lot tougher battle because of what they got to lose and play for.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see those two coming up because
So
I
tell
think they're not in the same Final Four bracket, if I'm not mistaken.
now
So they can actually end up
we
in the
Big
final
East. We
together.
Big East. Yeah.
No. In the Final Four bracket in the because I think we're in the Birmingham bracket. They're in the Spokane bracket for the NCAA tournament. So where they would meet up, they would actually. It's a possibility. It's possible that they can meet up in the final game.
That's what I'm looking for. I know in anywhere else it wouldn't even work out like that. But the second game, and this is where we at with it, because when we're talking about these teams, we're not just going into and just talking randomly about them. We're analyzing and saying what we saw in the game, what led to these, and we're talking about can they contain what's going on? Because as the rounds get smaller and the teams get better by chance or by luck, whatever you want to call it, blessed, who knows, but when you get there, you got one game to lose. These teams are poised. There's certain teams that's poised for this moment right here, this second game. And this is why I said on Facebook, who right now between them two are more impressionable or more impressive with their way that they won or looking right now, and who could sustain it. And I'm looking at how the games went, the last ones that we played, they were a lot closer.
They were.
UConn still smoked boots, and like the first game, they did so good. And I got off of that before I even said it. Page didn't even score till 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah.
That's how good everybody else was doing. But like you said last night, the last game at home, she had to show out. And you remember from the first show that you and Ma Dukes was on, that's what we were talking about and what she was saying the whole time, that she needs to step up. That's what Gino's been waiting for her to do. And until she do that, and look what happens when she does, even when she steps up by bringing it up and delivering it the right way, making the right read. But we're gonna look at USC on this. Kits is out here doing it. Some games it takes her a minute to read and get locked in on it, but it don't never take all day. She gonna get in, she gonna get locked in, and like I said, Joyce, the freshman Edwards, man, come on, man.
Chloe hit that 3. And Joyce is going to be a force to be reckoned with. For this to be, and people want to make light and laugh about how Girly shook her. I ain't gonna hold you.
Everybody get shook, man. T Mac shook Kobe out his boots.
Look, everybody get shook. And people were like, oh, she got shook. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, Joyce is a force to be reckoned with. For her to be, she's maybe not as big as, say, like Sarah Strong or Beers or Oliker, some of them, the bigger post players. But her feet work, her IQ, and the way she can the way she attacks the basket, and she's not afraid to go in there. She's got that nice little, 15-foot jump shot, so she's not afraid to,
she got that.
She can read and pass some, like some of her passes. Like she had a passer, they double teamed her. She kicked that ball out. I want to say it was to Fawali, and she hit the 3. Like the presence of mind to know that your teammate is going to be there. So that takes practice. That takes paying attention to detail.
And
That's
Fawali was not no Fugazi at that moment at all. Fawali is no Fugazi. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think at that half? What do you think that Don said to them at that half, man? Because remember, they was down 1. They was down 1 point that game. I was like, no, ain't no way this is going down like this. I know better than this.
Look, I was at the track practice watching the game. We was all watching the game on our phone. Was at track practice while the kids was running, trying to see this one. But I don't think Don said anything. I don't think Don said. I think it came from the seniors.
Oh snap! Hold up, man. It said, hold on, man. I'm missing out on the chat, man. Yeah, no Cinderella teams left. A lot of number ones still in it. Lady Gamecocks only play close games when they start off slow or in foul
Facts,
trouble.
facts,
Honestly, that is
facts.
the truth.
That
That
facts
is
because
the truth
that's
because
one
they
thing I
have to
talked
sit their
about
players
Sunday.
and it goes away from their strategy. And you see how
Yes,
Don be on the sideline pacing because they know better. They
that's
just
what
be
got
a
them in
bit
trouble.
more hungry than they supposed to be, trying to reach and getting all chippy when they should be taking their time. I'm with you on that. He also
I'm
said,
with you
hold
on that.
on.
And that's what got on my nerves because they were trying to play Indiana's game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what messed them up, which is why Chloe had to sit down because she picked up them 2 early fouls.
And it's
And
like what
you're right. Dawn
he
does know
knows
how
how
to
to
adjust.
adjust, man. For
She
real.
knows how to adjust. And that's the thing. And that's what I said. I think it came from the seniors because I know Raven was a little upset with old Miss Parrish from Indiana talking about how they can only win. They only won because they had 6'7" Camilla. They only won because they had Watkins. No, they
That,
have everybody on that team can do what they need to do. So I think not only did Dawn adjust the rotation, I think she knew the seniors came up and said, "Look, this is our last one. We're not doing this." And I think they had come to Jesus meeting in there because when you saw third quarter, they came out and Chloe was on the floor. She hit 7 points real quick.
20-7 run, man. You see him? He said
Yes,
Raven
Raven
has to
has to
stay
stay aggressive
aggressive.
on off. Yes, because on Friday she was hitting her shots. Like I said, I was in the building at CLA. She was knocking them threes down, and getting inside and going to the basket. And she can drive to the basket. She forces up her shot sometimes, so she's gotta put that shot up a little softer. Even enough months, she's gonna get the foul. They're gonna get a foul, but she's got to be a little bit more aggressive toward that basket. But her defense at the same time. She's not a scoring point guard. She knows how to put the ball and how to distribute the ball to put everybody else in a position to score. So
Okay. So
and it's gonna be the defense.
So chat and UT overall and what we just ran through, who do you think is more impressive in their wins and more able to sustain this at what they're doing?
I'm USC. If for no other reason that you never see them sweat, you don't never see their emotion. They stay on whatever Dawn's got. They may be down, but they come back. With their depth and with everything they can do, USC I think can sustain the fire that's about to come down. Because they know they got a target on their back.
With me, I don't think it's as much as like sustaining. I think you got to get better every time. And from the teams getting better and the way that the switches are, like if you have players that aren't disciplined as well enough, like what you and Rashad said and what we all agreed to, if they don't start off in foul trouble, they play better games, and that's the truth. But those fouls that we talking about, those come from mental errors.
Yeah,
when you get in this Sweet 16, you seen the UConn, the way they blowing these people out is getting smaller. He said LSU won by a pretty good margin because
they did. The LSU game was hilarious because when I turned from the game, it was a 1-point lead at halftime. I turned to see the Alabama Maryland game because that game was going into overtime, double overtime. But when I turned back, it was like a 40-point lead. I'm like, what the heck did I miss?
Yep, bro said they can sneak into the Final Four.
Oh,
it's true. Right now it can. And that's why I said with y'all, you and Rashad, tell me right now who y'all think is more impressive. Like I said, I think it's UConn because defensively and offensively, they're disciplined to do right now what it takes. It's no tomorrow. And they're not playing like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and try this because this person here. No, we're running the system. Running the system. Now, USC, like I said, because we ran through the analytics, we ran through what we felt about it. But when you're getting in foul trouble and stuff like that, and you can't play your great game, and we know the coach that Dawn is. We know the coach that she is. So this does not in any way fall on her. But I'm just saying, as far as the team and what they're doing, I think right now and what's going on, I think she can hold it. Troy's in the building. Hold on. What's good with you? Hold on real quick, man. Let me take this style
Trey,
down
turn
real
your
quick, man.
phone around, baby.
No, you good. Let me take this style down real quick, man. Let me change this up. There we go. Yeah, turn
Trey.
your phone to the side, man. Yeah, there it is. He had to turn it to the side, man.
What's up? What's up?
Good, my dude?
Welcome back,
What's
brother.
up? Thank
How you
you.
doing,
Thank
man?
you for having me. Man, I can't complain. Holding on.
Man, go ahead and say what you had to say about this UConn and this USC thing, on how you feel, who you think is looking more impressive in their victories so far in these 2 rounds that you've seen.
Well, I can't lie. USC, even after Juju went down, they
No,
didn't
not that
panic.
USC.
Not that
Not
USC, the
USC. We
game
ain't got to
Oh,
that.
South
We ain't got to
Carolina.
that yet.
Oh,
yeah,
South Carolina. Oh,
We
you're
ain't
talking
got
about South
there.
Carolina. Okay, South Carolina.
Gamecocks
We
and
getting there though.
UConn.
We getting there. We ain't got there
Okay,
yet.
well, ooh. Okay, well, I can't lie. UConn, like, Gino has them playing, like, the way they play, it's like a certain way that they play, that there's no discussion that needs to be had. It's just like they automatically know, like boom, 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 like this is what we doing. And like the brother Rashad said, South Carolina, the only time they really struggle is when they get out of their game plan. But now
Mhm.
Don, she does a good job of kind of keeping them in place. But see, like you said, that Indiana game they played, they tried to play Indiana's game, which is what messed them up.
Yep.
They have to stay true to who they are and what they do best.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Because once they came out and that defense started hitting, like, look, I don't know if y'all saw the press conference. Pow Pow said, "Yeah." She goes, "Y'all saw that?" Pow Pow
He
said,
had
"I
been
had 4
hoodwinked,
blocks. I
Ben.
had threes."
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm not mad at none of it. And look, that's why I said before all of it, I had to get the disclaimer out when we went into it. I know this is our teams. I know this is our team. And what we talked about, what Trey has said and what Rashad has said in there, that's one downfall that could cost you in this tournament, because anybody could win any day. And like how Trey had just said, TTK, that discipline that Gino got him on there with, it's almost like that daddy belt type discipline.
Yeah.
Man, that door wide open. I can go outside and play with my friends. My dad said if I go outside, I'm gonna get my ass whipped. I ain't going nowhere near that door.
Exactly.
I'm gonna sit in the back room and do whatever. I don't care how hot. I ain't gonna die because I'll sit by the door, but I ain't going
Right.
out it.
I ain't going outside.
Yeah, I ain't going out of it. I ain't going out of it. But
You
yeah,
got.
man.
How do y'all feel about LSU?
Man, I think like you said, I think that's a sleeper team. When you got teams like that and non-sleeper teams like USC, anybody could be anybody when you put it down to it. And
You
I
still got
see
the
it.
double. You still got the double queen of the season over there, Nisa Morrow, doing her big one. Now Flage's back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what hurt them
Yeah,
in the tournament because Flage
Never
wasn't
flagrant.
playing. Huh?
yeah,
I said,
and
and never flagrant.
No. So
and LSU. Now the year they won the whole thing, they were the number 3 seed. This
they sure
year,
were.
they're the number 3 seed.
They
So
sure are.
so the LSU is definitely a team that you need to watch out for, because they can sneak up on the Final Four.
Yeah. A team
My
that's in
bad.
the tournament that I don't think that a lot of people have put them up, but I don't think is going to go as far as everybody wants them to go, is Notre Dame. I,
Yeah.
I don't
I,
think Notre
I
Dame. I
can't lie, I
mean,
hadn't watched them since my girl Skylar left, and she ain't my girl no
so
more because she got
they
married,
got a
man. Like
they have a great backcourt. I mean, you have Olivia, you got Hannah, but they're almost in a way. Then they've got what's her name, Citron. They've got a couple of. They've got some buckets, but I don't. I think a lot of their confidence hit because remember they lost they lost 3 of their last 5 going in If Kim Mulkey wears an ugly outfit,
I was just on that same part. Get out of here. I was on the same part.
but that's true. If you press her on the perimeter, she's a better post than she is a perimeter player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame is not going to go as far as they.
Because that blue sequin blazer she was wearing the other night, like what, like who and why, like why?
I don't know who styles her. I need to talk to them. Like,
what in the Craig Sager are you doing out here?
Exactly. What did Craig Sager? Like, come on
For
now.
real, man. Come on, man.
Who is styling you? I need to know.
She said they're gonna remember me one way or another.
Exactly.
Well, you weren't lying.
The win, lose, or fifth grader draw.
Lord have mercy. Some of them outfits, I'm like, they're loud and wrong, or they're bright and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So now, since we at that edge, and we're gonna slowly walk into this, because, like I said, Juju with a new boo. Or Juju with a boo-boo. What we gonna talk about first, y'all? I'm gonna talk about the new boo first. Because my first question is, where was Mama's man at? And why he didn't tell her to sit her ass down? That girl ain't broke.
Exactly.
That girl is not. Come on, man. She's an athlete to a maximum off frame. What are you doing in here? Come on. Ain't no way.
Bro, but see, like you said, like Juju got her own. Now, see, it would be different if the girl that Jayden was interested in, she really wasn't like that. She was kind of just more for him for his money. But Juju ain't worried about none of that. She got her own money. Hell, she probably make more than him.
She got more to lose.
Brother, I'm all the way on that same thing with you, bro. It's crazy to me. Who
echoing?
I'm sorry. Let me see. Think. No. There it is.
Okay.
I had to take the echo cancellation off of yours, Trey. You was in here sabotaging the show because I was talking about. Nah, you good.
My bad.
Oh, you good. Where was my rant at? Because I was top notch with
it. Juju having her own.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Mama. Like I said, where is your man at? Where's your man at? And you stopping this man? He's financially stable. You should be happy that he's gonna get you some grandkids. You think she's gonna be having kids right now, and her career is about to take off? This is some skank trying to lock him down. Man, you supposed to be in the picture with them on the side, in the middle, behind them, like, yeah, this is my baby, and I like Juju in the ponytail. I support. What the hell is this, man?
No, her doing this.
Yeah, like you won something. Ain't happening today, man. You better stop this.
They was vibing. They look cute.
They were.
I ain't seen Juju smile that big all year.
Bro, they was vibing out.
She looked like a little kid out there, just cheesing. She was and was relaxed. It wasn't. She was relaxed. She was just. She was comfortable.
She was with a guy she was interested in. You can see it. They're interested in each other. You can see that.
And also the sports that they play, their schedules won't clash.
Exactly, so they can support each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, woman, you don't
I'd never
know.
do that. I'd never be in no position like that. Even if I was in position like that, no, man. No, man. Because nobody did that to me with the person I chose. No.
Yeah, no, my child, man. Yeah, no, if my child is happy, I'm gonna let my child be happy. Like, come on now.
As long as they ain't out here acting. Look, she better be glad it ain't like Xavier Worthy's girlfriend out here doing stuff like that and falsifying.
And this is how I know it was all about Mama T. They weren't in a movie theater or at a club. They were at a game on national TV.
Hello.
She wanted her 15 seconds of fame. Why are you sitting in between? They're at a game on. It's televised. The world.
I'm
You see
convinced
the
he left
memes
that
they got
seat
for
open on purpose. He left that seat open on purpose for her to come sit down because he knew she was coming. Because I bet you this ain't the first time they talked. I'm pretty sure he touched her and
It's
said, "I got
not,
a
man.
seat
You
open
know they
for
got
you."
each other number. You know
He-
that, man.
I'm pretty sure he said, "Oh no, she never opened the bio because that lady looked out from the sun."
Hey
She
man,
got
hey
the
man,
job,
ain't nobody
but
nah. How are we tripping when that girl don't need a penny from him?
She don't need his
Yeah,
money.
She's
exactly.
She got
much
more
look,
money than
look,
her
hold on.
NIL.
Let me finish addressing them. She don't need nothing from him. And compared to the women that's gonna be after his paper in the NFL, that's the best option that he can fucking get, man. Let's get out of here with that right there, man. Your debate on that. We're not even doing that right there, man.
What
Nah.
does Merv have to be able to buy beer? She looking at the long
Now look,
game.
he said it ain't about the money. It's not about the money. But
Shit.
guess what? But look, if it's
That's
not
what
about
Mama's
the
thinking.
money, if it's not about the money, then why is it a problem with two athletes and enjoying each other company? You wrong. She was wrong out there, man. We ain't doing that, man.
Okay.
We
His
ain't doing
image.
that,
What
man.
is Juju gonna do bad to his image?
No, he's
Yeah,
like,
they should boost his image, if anything.
She's
What
20.
he look like 24 being with a 19 years old?
20.
Bro, she's of age. And if you understand anything about history since the dawn of time, any man doesn't reach their peak until after. That's why we have different lives, and women, they're valued more in their youth. But this is different on there. She's going to grow in her when she's the same age as him at 24, the value will still be the same. At
But
30,
Pete,
that's when
this
hers will
year?
start dropping because of what is it, the high risk pregnancy. But that ain't got nothing to do with it. We ain't even got that far. They had a damn game enjoying each other company.
Pete, can I jump in? Can I
Go
jump in
ahead,
for a
man.
second?
I'm out. Yeah, go ahead. I'm out. Go ahead.
Okay, now his comment where he said it ain't all about the money. That's true. However, we've seen it more times than not, have we not? That these athletes, they get all this money, and then here come the girls. Like, if you don't believe me, look at Zion Williamson.
They already there. Yeah.
Hello.
Look at Anthony Edwards.
Hello.
Like, come on now, let's not play like money don't change things. It's not
For real.
supposed to, but the reality of the world that we live in, if you got the money, you can get pretty much any male or female that you want to.
And like we were saying, the media now, everybody know who got it. Remember, they got that website, ballers.com. They know where they're going to be at all of the time. Go ahead, bro.
I
Yeah,
mean,
go ahead, bro.
shoot, look, them girls be so desperate, they be getting them dudes on draft night. Ain't got a penny yet, but they know they gonna get it. So they gonna get in while they can, like they say, get in where you fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think that was not a good look.
I don't either.
I'm hoping somebody in their camp, like, yo, I understand. Now, as a mom, I get it. You want to protect your baby, no matter which way. I get that.
I'd have told my mom, man, you got to fall back, man. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you got to fall back on this one.
And then what you saying,
situation.
she shouldn't in the future, somebody in her camp, he should address her as a man. If I'm out here and I'm on my own, don't you ever.
That should have been
you messing up my brand, because look at how you got me clowned on Facebook all week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she should have waited
you
after
get
the
me
game.
ain't no way. If I'm out anywhere with a woman, my mom on my right, my woman on my left, we don't have to do that middle. If it's a middle, it's me, because these are the women that I choose in my life. Not her blocking me from that. And my mom would never do that because she happy with the choices that I make. Are you telling me right now in front of the world you're not happy with the choices that I make? And I'm gonna take away from what we were
Juju
saying about,
like, come on now.
And that's what I was saying. I'm gonna take that away from it being Juju. If it was anybody, and I'm at a game on national television, are you questioning my judgment that far where you got to be in the game sitting in between me and somebody?
Yeah, she should have waited till after the game to address him about that. That That
She
should
could have
have been
texted him
done
at the game. We saw his phone in his hand.
Yeah, like I said,
I mean, something.
you embarrassed that poor. Forget, like he said, Juju method. That poor boy's mama done got him.
And
Everybody,
you heard what she just said? That's what women say now. That poor boy. That's a man. You know what I'm saying? His mom wasn't out there on the field when he was taking them hits and getting himself to the NFL. She had him. She got him to practice. You know what I'm saying? She provided for him. Yeah, I don't know the whole backstory, but she wasn't on those fields. Just like when we was talking about Shador and all of them. No, man. You got to have your place. And that's the difference. Them dads ain't out there with him. Whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And from that right there, the next story that we seen, I woke up and she was hurt. And the most hurt part that I felt about it, she had on some crispy white Kobe's out there, man. And the way that she was out there in that picture, I'm sorry, I got to bring a little comic relief, man. After I take them up, I bring them down, man. It's a roller coaster over here.
I think those was brand new shoes too.
They was fresh. The bottoms were still all white.
They
like, oh my goodness, man.
But when I was watching them play, and as soon as she went down, I think Trey, I texted you and I said it's an ACL.
Mm-hmm.
I said it's an ACL or an MCL injury. And
everybody
who I follow and who I talk to, and we talk sports with, they was like, "What?" They're like, "Oh no, it's probably just." I'm like, "No," because what it was, I blame the camera crew. Yeah, I blame them too.
You saw it. Hold on, I'm about to take this off so I can put his on there, so it don't. I mean, so I can put the comments up and it don't mess up the way that it's looking. It can still read.
Yeah, I blame the camera. I blame the camera crew too.
I do too.
Because it was them. It was messy. Boy, you sounded like Gilly just.
Gotta pump it up, man. You gotta pump it up, man. Long as it's relatable, man, we're gonna bring it.
But when she went down, and what people don't realize is she should have rested after that first game because they knew they had it. They could have went without her the second game. Because if you watch the first game, she stepped on old ground, and hurt her ankle. She was already hurt. Juju been carrying that team. Because Kiki Irfin.
And you said that was the second game, the same game, right?
The first game the first game they played, she stepped on somebody and she landed funny on her ankle. But she stayed playing. She only played like 28 minutes that game.
So what was the score in the game that she got hurt with the AC?
It was early in like I said, it wasn't even it wasn't maybe a 5-10 point lead.
See, I can't say it's a rest factor on that right there because
no, it was.
Look, even if she rested, right? If she sat out the rest of the other game, she got hurt early in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't check the time on when she got hurt, but you say she got hurt early in that game. So think about it. It doesn't matter if she got rest. She got hurt early in that game.
Yeah, she got hurt. It was early second quarter.
You know what I mean?
Early second quarter when she went down.
It was going to be that regardless. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying she should have. What I'm saying rest and like they should have rested a little more because yes, you have Kiki Irfin. Yes, you have something. You have players who could do what they needed to do, but Juju carried a lot of the weight for that team.
Who are the players that we were talking about that carried that weight on UConn and on USC? Those ballers ball. You can't just say that right there. If they're good to ball, you think about it like when you play sports. But you good to ball, you're gonna be good to ball.
The difference is you with UConn and USC from Southern Cal is they have a little bit of a deeper bench than USC do, than Southern Cal does. So you have players you can rotate out, but no matter how you slice it,
the only way you rotate players out is when you got a lead. Otherwise, they stick with the guns. You see it, I see
it. Dawn switch them out regardless. Dawn
does. She got a 10 player rotation.
Dawn has a hockey
for her is because of
hockey switch. Tennessee coach do a hockey switch because she got a 10 deep she can go to. So but regardless of how you look at it, that's a devastating injury one. But to be in the NCAA tournament where you're trying to make a run at the title,
and they still got the Battle of USC coming up.
But I
It
think
sucks.
they're
It
in the
sucks.
same bracket. I think they're in the same bracket with UConn, aren't they? I gotta double check. I think
We
they'll
man,
end
you
up
know,
going
we you
to
know,
UConn.
Gino asked them to, he always asked to play squads like that, man. We got to test our
Yeah.
waters, man. We got to test our waters out there, man. But
Mm-hmm.
I I'm mad that happened for her. I'm mad that
I'm
this week
sad. I
has
was
been
sick.
all
Yeah,
crazy
I was
headlines.
hurt. I was
Like
hurt.
that's
I was
like two
sick.
times I got to see her. I got to see one expression besides her game face this year, and that was a smile. Then after his mom got in between, if you look at the pictures and everything outside of that, she was embarrassed.
Yeah, she
We talked
was.
about Jayden, but she was embarrassed. She's looking
She
Yeah.
down.
she
Felt
was.
she felt low. And
Yeah.
she was never supposed to feel like that. She didn't do anything wrong.
No.
And for his mom to do that, I like how we said her son took it, whatever, but we didn't talk about what she went through on that. I could see you could
Yeah.
see the
You
pain
could
in
see
the
her
face
face.
on that, man.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was
And
like
that's not right for a person that's in her stature, man. Come on, man.
yeah.
Uh-uh.
So I'm
She
looking
couldn't
at
even hide it.
I'm looking at the brackets. My because I do brackets for both men and women.
My mom
So I'm
said
looking
it
at the
was
brackets.
my Duke's
It was
watching us
first quarter. Yeah. So I knew it was
it was
early.
442. She said it was 13-4.
Yeah. So I knew it was early.
And
Mhm.
then Rashad got a soliloquy on here. I'm not covering my face again. I done changed the background. Hold on. I'm not doing this again for one of these long ones. Said one thing that's true. No matter how great a shape you're in, injuries can and will happen. That is correct.
That is very
Because
true.
we never know how serious it may be. That's right. I tore my ACL and never had no injuries throughout middle school or high school. It happened playing semi-professional football. Hate it happened to her, though, for real, though. I know, for real, I know that pain all too well. She should have spoke to his mom first. Let me stop for real. Yeah, come on, man. Talk to his mom. Now you pushing it.
Look,
I fuck with you,
look,
Shai, but all you gotta do, man, I'm
look.
gonna put the link up there, man. And mind you already know, man.
Time to log in. But yeah, I'm looking at the bracket. So USC, if USC beats Kansas State, and I think I got UConn beating Oklahoma. They're gonna meet in the elite. They're gonna meet in the Elite Eight.
I'm telling you this right here. I'm telling you this right here now. Hold on.
Enough! Silence! I can't take this shit no more.
Paige Buckets is playing basketball. Mind you
She
watching right now, like you said earlier this year when UNT had met. She playing like Gino expects, not once, expects her to play.
He
Mhm.
cried
When you
at
play
press
the way
conference.
that he expects you to play the whole team,
He-
turns on up because they know, oh, she feeling it here. She know she ready to pass. She know who she guarding. She's still gonna try her, but all I gotta do is move. I see how they locking her down a little bit. We ain't gonna expose nothing.
Yeah,
If I run around 2 times, they're gonna be looking my side, and she can sweep to the right and go. Oh man, hold on. We got
She
something in here.
he
We got
did
some more.
that.
He
She balling.
said, man, you already know, man. We got them sounds for real, man. Hey, yo,
Don't you ever talk about me.
we in here,
Gino
man.
Gino actually cried at the press conference.
Hey, man, because he's saying it like here she is.
You're like a proud papa.
That was the controversy. USC, UConn in the Elite Eight. Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
Ma, remember, like what we had said, Ma, when you had saw it, ain't no denying it, man. Ain't no denying it, man. We gonna have to.
Oh, you mad because I'm styling on you.
And switch it before somebody pull out the 40 cal on us, man. And go ahead and give a little update on this NFL, man.
So we got the Giants made some interesting moves today. They decided to sign old boy Russell Wilson to a 1-year contract up to $21 million. Now here's my question in regards to all of that. Y'all just signed Jameis Winston. And right around campfire is y'all probably looking at Shador. So y'all got 3 quarterbacks. You got your best tackle in the NFL who's coming off of injury. What's the rest of that offensive line going to look like? And what's that defensive line going to look like? Because if you're trying to make a run in the NFC East, it's going to throw in a couple quarterbacks.
gonna say
Oh, I'm
this.
sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Hey man, look, I'm gonna say this.
I don't know.
Now,
I still think they're gonna be a bottom feeder in the NFC East.
I think they ain't doing nothing better than what they did already, and I'm sorry that this has to be on the back of my boy Famous. I wanted us to get him. I'm
Look,
sorry, but Famous,
I
no
love
snow
his
angels this year.
energy.
Who would y'all start out of those two?
Let's see. You
Wait a
got
minute, we
one
don't know
man.
who the
Russell.
starter is because they still can get who?
They can
T?
still get Shador.
So
Yeah.
let's just hypothetical real quick. Hold on. The kid's gonna take us away. We landed in the land of they have all of those quarterbacks. Who is the starter between all of them? I'm gonna ask y'all.
Russell Wilson.
T.
I say Russell Wilson
I think it'd be Shador.
because Jameis
Why?
Winston,
He's
even
an
Jameis Winston
interception
can
magnet.
play,
He's an
but
interception magnet.
yeah, but Jameis Winston can play, but he hasn't been a starter in a while.
That's right.
True.
So Russell Wilson was a starter last year, albeit at the expense of Justin Fields, who personally I think Pittsburgh should have just stayed with.
Has he ever won
But
an MVP?
Who? Russell?
Has he ever
has he
won
ever
a
won
Super
what?
Bowl? An MVP
Yeah,
or
he won.
Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
he won one in Seattle
Yeah,
with the
I'm just
Legion of
asking. You
Boom.
know, I'm just asking. Yeah, go ahead, and finish.
Was
I'm
that
sorry.
Super Bowl MVP?
No, I don't know. I'm just asking. Go ahead, finish on up, Trey.
But Russell Wilson was a starter last year. James Winston ain't been a starter in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And even when he was the starter in New Orleans, they were kind of so with him as quarterback.
So what do you think
So
will
I
have
believe
to happen
I believe
for
so I
Shador to
believe
get
James Winston is a very good, serviceable backup. But if they want to win, then they need to go with the proven commodity, which is Russell Wilson.
So if you got those three, right? What would it take for Shador to crack that lineup to get a little bit of play outside of the preseason?
He would have to outperform Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston in practice on a consistent basis. Because now they can start Russell Wilson off at quarterback and then probably 4 or 5 games into the season switch to Shador Sanders. But Shador would have to prove it in training camp, in practice, on a regular basis, that he has the potential to be the starting quarterback.
The question is,
Look,
can
and what
your
yours?
game translate?
Before you go into yours, he said Winston will be a backup. Sanders maybe not get picked by the Giants. No, man, you can't mess up the hypothetical, man.
No, yeah, y'all know
Mess up the hypothetical, man. You can't mess it up. You're supposed to travel with us.
You write that organization so because them dum-dums gave away Saquon like idiots to the division rival. So
right. He said Winston hasn't been a starter for a full season in a while, but he has started lately. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But
it's gonna be interesting to see.
See, where you at with it with those three in our dreamland? Because the kids took us away, and we're in here, and we got Shador, we got.
I think it would
Winston, and we got Wilson.
I think it would be Shador only because you signed Winston to a 1-year deal. So you have Russell for 1 year, but you got Shador for longer. So you can put him in the back pocket and develop him, but you also would I think they would start him because they need to see what their money's worth since there's been all that talk. And they want to see,
But I mean, you don't.
See him.
But
does his game translate
about
to
them
the
damn
NFL?
buttons?
Leave the buttons alone. We like the buttons. Leave me alone about the buttons. I like the buttons.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
But now to that point though, you don't give somebody $21 million for 1 year if you're not gonna start them. Like, let's just be real.
True.
Now we talking about this whole thing with money and all that stuff. You don't give somebody $21 million for 1 year, if you're not gonna play them.
And for mine, who I think would start, I think the money in the seats is going to be filled if they get Shador because they know what their future is going to look like. I think they're going to let him learn under Russell. They're going to redshirt him just because of one thing. They paid Russell that money, like Bruh said. But at the same time, Russell ain't no slouch.
He's not.
He got a Super Bowl. You can't start Shador or Winston over a Super Bowl
because they're not proven. They're not
you
proven.
know what I'm saying? He is. You know what I mean? It don't matter if he gets out there and he starts messing up. Yep, they will take him out. They will take him out. Now, also like what Bruh said, the way that these other two quarterbacks will be able to get and solidify their starting position is if they outplay him in practice on a consistent basis. That is the facts with those three quarterbacks. Russell Wilson is the MVP. He has won a Super Bowl, but he has been shaky. I can't say trash. He has been shaky. Winston, hell of an arm, hell of a talent, but we don't really know. He hasn't consistently started anywhere outside of college.
Except when he was the starter in Tampa when he got drafted.
I need that. I need that.
But we all know how that went.
Right.
So
It's good.
and then he was the starter for I think a year or so in New Orleans, and he didn't necessarily play bad, but it was kind of below par for him.
What he said. What you want? We gonna eat W's. You want a W? I'm gonna eat a W. I'm gonna eat a W. I'm gonna eat a W. My boy Famous was out there doing his thing. But yeah, man. We gotta go ahead and do our update.
We still going out
with our Niners, man.
Okay.
This is pretty sad. Like I said, I gotta get to how do I say goodbye to what we had.
Who we saying goodbye
to Juju's ACL.
No, not to her ACL. But all the 49ers that we lost. And ain't no damn way. Look, hold on. Ain't no damn way we can replace all of those players.
Hold
on. And the Super Bowl is in Levi Stadium this year. You blew $334 million getting all them people last year that was hurt. This year, you letting people go left and right. Dre Greenlaw, you could have offered him that what he getting out there. What is it, $12 million? You could have let everybody else go. You could have let everybody else go. That right there, you can't replace that, man. Not in this draft.
No.
Not in this draft. With the picks that we got, you could have built the lines. But if you had Dre, come on, man. Come on. Our DBs are lit. We here. Kyle is on the hot seat, so he got to do better than he's ever done.
Yeah, we got rid of everybody.
We got Rob Saleh back, but you don't get one of the. Come on, do you know what Fred Warner probably did when he saw that man get paid for that money that they could have gave that man?
He probably cussed everybody out.
He ready to leave right now too.
Probably so.
He ready to leave right now.
So.
Why does all of this stuff happen after you get rid of Deebo Samuels, who wasn't the problem this year? He had bad games, but he was never the problem this year.
No, he was not.
He's never been the problem since he got there when we didn't have no running back, and he made the wide back position a name. You gave Washington that weapon that the NFL still hadn't cracked yet how to stop it.
Yep.
You gave him a weapon.
And that's also in the NFC, meaning you got to stop it if you meet up.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness, man. Hufanga is out of here. I'm not mad.
I cried.
He overcommitted a lot of times, but on his interceptions and his run backs, he was lit on that. He's very elusive. He's, man, oh my goodness, man.
We lost Mooney Ward.
Come on, man. AP Mooney Ward, man.
But I understand why Mooney left. He needed a fresh start because the memories was too much. The trauma behind having to play and losing your baby and whatnot, that was too much for him. And I completely understand his needing to get out of San Francisco. I understand
that. The linemen that we lost out of here, Collins, Aaron Banks, all of them are making money. It's almost like the other teams didn't see what they was doing the last 3-4 years. I'm not mad that we lost their. I'm not going to say that about them.
I just don't know.
Was shocked.
Even though you didn't do a lot.
I just don't know. Why did we get rid of all these people? We know the draft stock ain't as decent as we would like it to be, unless they got some knowledge that we don't know, which they probably do. But at the same time, what do y'all know that we don't?
Did y'all see those balloons?
Yeah, where the balloons come from?
I don't know, but I just threw up the peace sign as if two players and the balloons signified it. They'd be out of here. I'd have made trades before I traded or let all of those other people go. You know what those two trades would have been? Nick Bosa and Brandon Ayuk.
I can see that.
Because the Patriots are still flirting with Ayuk. Whatever you're going to take the money. Go ahead. We'll take. I don't care if it's a 5th round pick. Take him. And go ahead and take Bosa while he's in his prime. He ain't done nothing for us since he got the money. Take him and get him on out of here. Now those other guys that we needed could have stayed. And they were young. Greenlaw, young. Hufanga, young. Ward, young. Even if he wanted to leave, I understand that. But a lot of the other players, and we would have had money to get these other players that we needed in the free agency.
Now, speaking of free agency, there is one quarterback. I don't know, not quarterback. There's one wide receiver. I don't know if he's a free agent, so they might have to trade for him. But somebody that the 49ers could use to replace Deebo Samuel, and he's very underrated because he kind of plays for a semi-good professional team, Chris Olave in New Orleans.
Right.
Yeah.
And because of that squad, he doesn't get the touches. He doesn't get the. I agree with you 100% on that. I agree with you 100%. He's that type of player. But like you said, hidden out there where he is out there. Come on, man.
And but the thing about Chris Olave is he is concussion prone. But the only reason that is because New Orleans has been playing him wrong. Chris Olave is not a slot receiver.
Right.
Chris Olave is a down the field, throw it up, let him catch it type wide receiver. The past few years, New Orleans has been playing him in the slot. So once he catches the ball in the slot, bam, he gets his block knocked off immediately.
I'm sorry, y'all. You see him? He really was, and they tried to go the cheap route with him. And then look, this is the crazy part about what you're saying on that, because he could have went back and the 49ers could have matched the deal, but he was like, man, I ain't going back to y'all. Y'all lowballed me, man. You lowballed me from jump. Somebody else that I never played for is willing to pay me what y'all not willing to pay me. I'm out of here, man. He said Huff wasn't the same. He wasn't. After the first one, you know what I mean? When he hurt his leg, when he came back, then he hurt his wrist. He got better with the club on.
Yeah.
And we damn sure did keep sorry old money. It's no money in
Why
Moody.
did we kick the kicker? That boy can't kick. He can't kick his way out of the paper bag.
And look, all of the guys that came from off of the street did better than him. They were 8 for 8. This man got a job. Yo, definitely.
He can't kick his way out of the paper bag.
He said his old his old cricket kicking ass.
He couldn't kick his way out of the paper bag.
Exactly. Bosa stays hurt too much. He's not strong as he is on that edge. His motor does keep going, but come on, man. If I was doing that play versus Baker Mayfield, if I was Bosa and he was running, holding him by the arm, man, I would have shoved that man in the ground, man. Bosa is built like a panther, man. You running an arm tackling this man? No, man. He also said quick screens and downfield depth with Criff. Yes, because his yak, he can do it. He can do it, especially with that system with Kyle drawing him up. I believe in that 100%, man. But the players that you lost in the draft that we have and the money that you're trying to save because the owners bought another soccer team, what do you think you're going to do this year? And the Super Bowl is in your stadium. This is where I think you're at with it. This is where I think you're at with it. They're going to get the money regardless. Whether their team is playing in it or not, the Super Bowl is being held in Levi Stadium. We won. Money back. This year is a reset. Brock Purdy, we offered him $45 million, and you already know I told him I wouldn't offer that man $40 million and 1 cent. We done went and picked up what's his name that we wanted from the draft. Well, Kyle Shanahan wanted him. What's the quarterback we picked up, man? What's his name, man? Y'all help me out. What is his name, man?
You talking about the quarterback San Francisco picked up?
We just picked him up. Last week, man. And Kyle's been looking at him for a while, man. He came out the same draft that Trey Lance was in. What's his name? Mac. What is his name? Mac what? Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
Oh, Mac Jones, yeah.
So if Brock Purdy want to hold out, Kyle Ben wanted him. He can't scramble, but he got a much better arm than Brock Purdy. He can throw it when the rain is coming down. I don't like either one of it. I don't like how it's going out there. It looked real sad to me.
It don't look sad. It looks suspect. Bum sad. It looks suspect.
Yeah, see, he just put it up. Mac Jones, yes.
It looks suspect. Yes. Because I got questions and y'all ain't providing enough answers. So
they're not going to pay him. But the thing is, who are you going to pay when you waited too late? You knew you got Mac Jones in time. I would have went for, what is that center's name? I would have went for him first in free agency. Before anything, before paying, re-signing anybody, because they know we're trying to strengthen that offensive line, and that starts from the center. You get you a center that's right there by Pooney, you still got, man, come on, man. That's much better than what you're looking at.
We can fight this all day, and I'm going to cry because I just...
Yeah, the 49ers got tough sled in the head.
Sledding tough. Bro, we in the trenches. One bad, ain't no tough about it. We in the trenches. We down in the depths of Louisiana swamp water. The way they got this thing going.
No, not the Louisiana swamp.
Oh, side note, I just saw an alert come across. I don't know if any of y'all just saw it. Damian Lillard will be out indefinitely. He has developed a DVT, which is a blood clot in his right tab. So he's out indefinitely.
Well, there go the Bucks playoff. There go the Bucks playoff chances.
While we talking about that, conspiracies are real. I said while we talking about that, and I had to take that dramatic pause because some conspiracies are real. It's gonna be a Lakers and Celtics finals.
Yeah.
What happened to Wemby? Something of the blood clottery. If any other players get hurt from here on out, it can look like how it wants to look.
If we're gonna talk conspiracy theories, then another conspiracy theory we need to put out there is Mississippi State a cursed team? Because Ashlyn Watkins got hurt against Mississippi State. Juju Watkins got hurt against Mississippi State.
Tell them about it.
I'm saying we're gonna talk about conspiracy theories out here now.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, now y'all know Mississippi State is close to Louisiana now.
Put the root on you.
They not.
One of my favorite movies. You put the root on them. Shit up like a cocktail, Winnie.
What Richard Pryor say? Boy, that girl to put a mojo on your ass.
Put a mojo on you.
But hey, it is what it is. It's, you got. All I can say is, here's the deal, people. We do this for fun, but we don't with the facts. We come with the data. If you don't like the facts or the data or the statistics that we put in front of you, please.
You don't play it for y'all, man. And shout out to Planet Vapor for bringing it.
Or you can come debate us.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out to Planet Vapor for bringing this video. Shout out to Blind Fury Studios.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rock Bottom Studios. And before we get out of here, man, I got a 5 for 5 for y'all, man.
Let's go.
What answers? You ready for it? Rashad, you can get with us in the chat, man.
Wait, hold on, Pete. Like when you took me off the echo, like now, it's like I'm hard. It's like hard for me to hear y'all.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
And type it in. I'm stop.
Okay.
We gotta get him hip to the fantasy football before the league before the season.
Can you hear us
starts.
any better? Can you hear me any better?
Not really, but I'll make it work.
He said he'll make it work.
Okay.
But yeah, we gotta get him up with fantasy football. So.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta light me up on that. Well, matter of fact, y'all let me know a day and we'll do an episode just strictly about that.
Bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that strictly about that, and I'll just be back and talking back and forth, and y'all do y'all thing because I don't have nothing to do with it. I don't know nothing about it. Y'all will be putting me on, and I'll be taking my notes, and I'll be like, yes, okay,
it's a lot.
All right,
of fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, we do.
All right. So the first of the 5, Bowl.
The basketball player,
one word answers. Yeah, 1 word answers.
Lanky.
You said
that was cheap as hell, but I'll take it. You get any cheaper, I ain't accepting no more. That was cheap as hell. That nigga said lanky.
What was the question though? What was the question?
Remember we doing the 5 for 5. I
yeah,
said
but what did you say though?
Bowl.
Tall.
Manute Bowl, son.
I don't. Goofy looking.
Oh my God. Okay, so you gotta have the. Okay, I'll accept that because he is. But that's messed up. I'm not gonna good judge him. But God damn it, no.
But he can play. Look,
he's a baller. He's a baller.
Patrick Ewing was ugly as all outdoors, so that man could ball. So let's be real.
And look, he said, look what Rashad said for his. String bean. I'll accept that.
Now see,
I'll accept
ain't that the same as lanky?
Yeah, it is. Okay. Don't get no cheaper, Rashad. All right. Alexander English, South Carolina's own.
Nice.
Alexander English.
Record breaking.
Like, didn't he play for the Nuggets?
Yep, sure did.
Yeah.
He's piecing it together.
Nuggets.
Rashad said, my uncle.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Nugget.
Yeah, okay, I'll take it. And what people don't know, he's got most of the scoring records out there, man. Alex English wasn't no. Hey, man.
Yeah, he was fine. He was fine his day.
Charles Oakley.
That's Uncle Cool.
You said Charles Oakley?
Charles Oakley.
Enforcer.
Yeah.
Now you cooking. He'll knock you out, even teammates.
He sure did. He was a dog in the post, though. Ooh.
What's your 1 word for?
Dog.
I'll accept it.
Yeah. Because that man sure would dock you out.
Look, Rashad said, Will slap me. He sure would. You saw they had to kick him out that Knicks game. They had to run him out of there, man. Slap man.
When it comes to Knicks who do some dangerous, when it comes to Knicks who is about that life, really about that life, I think of Oakley, then I think of Sprewell.
Yeah. Oh, Sprewell's about that action.
Nobody's off limits. Nobody's off limits. You can catch it. Coach. You can catch it. All right. Tom Brady.
Elite.
I plead the fifth. I got so many words about Tom Brady, man, and not many of them,
I'll take Phil. I'll take
and not
Phil.
and not many of them are good. So I plead the fifth.
I'll say that. I'll say upper echelon. That's 2 words, but y'all accept that?
Here we go.
I'll put that
Here you
on.
Go ahead, man.
And what's the name? He said overrated. I will accept it.
That was one of my words.
Last one before we get out of here and we run these shots out. Joe Montana.
The GOAT.
Let him cook now. Let him cook.
I mean, T took mine, but I'm gonna say general.
Hello.
Silence! I can't take this shit no more.
I'm going with GOAT because 4-0 is always better than any losses. I don't care
I'm
who
trying
you
to tell
is.
you.
And
I'm
if you
trying
say
to tell
anything
you.
about that, I gotta look at you and say,
Don't you never talk about me.
Just like 6-0 is better. Well, never mind. Let me hush.
Hush it up.
And yep, he said it. The GOAT, the God,
Yes.
the shit. Do I need to keep going? Do I need to keep going? No, you do not,
No,
brother.
no.
We are on the accord.
Now on sleepovers, we don't cuss.
No, you don't. It's just
But
it's like that. And that's
it's a
the way
great
it is.
episode tonight, man. Y'all got me hyped. Y'all see I was in my suit jacket because we was in
I
church
see
tonight.
that.
Preaching a good word on it, you know what I mean?
And y'all gotta be proud of the first lady because not only have I don't know how I've been managing working, helping out with the doing, enjoying the podcast, keeping up with my spiritual studies and my school studies. Your girl is rocking a 4.0, people.
Let's get
Let's
it.
go. Let's go.
And shout out to
4.0.
Juju.
So,
Hard work being a mom, working and doing all of that right there, schooling and hey man.
And you were nervous.
well, I know I had to toot my own horn for a little bit. I was scared. It's been a minute since I've been back in school. So I had to share that
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
with everybody.
Run them shots out.
So, shout out to shout out to the Hater Debate crew. Black, we missed you. And Boogie, we missed you.
You know it.
I mean, Boogie, I need my tapes now. I know who to hit up for a tutor.
Hey man, next time, get on the link and you can get on live with us,
Get
bro.
on live with us. Come join
real,
the fun.
Man, so I don't have to do all of this reading, man.
Come join the fun. But shout out to everybody that watches. Shout out to all my support system in the background. Y'all don't see them, but my kids and my husband. Support that I like to do this. So shout out to my support system. Trey, you my homie. You were rocking for a minute.
Man,
Thank
Trey,
you
you
for
always
initially supporting it. Now coming on and joining us and just hanging out with us. And to Pete the Geek for bringing me aboard this lovely platform. Is so much fun to do and just cut up and just talk about just talk my talk and be taken seriously in my intakes, and I just looked at like a bonus piece, but just like a valued member of the.
You never that here. Everybody see what your takes is valid.
So I love it, and just keep watching. We coming. We got we showing up in algorithms now on YouTube. Our shorts are so keep pushing, keep clicking, watching, and we gonna give us a minute, but we coming.
Trey, run them shots out, Trey.
Shout out to the Hater Debate crew. Pete, I appreciate you letting me get on, talk about sports. T, like you said, we've been rocking for a long time. You my girl. I always got you. Shout out to the people that's watching.
That's right.
Shout,
And that's
shout out to my aunt who just started talking.
Hey, Auntie. Hey,
Hi,
Auntie.
T. The hater debate crew. I say hi.
who?
Hey, Auntie.
The hater
Hey,
debate crew.
Auntie.
Yeah, she dealing with her cat who is old as fuck.
Look,
but
let's not talk about cats, okay? I got 2 of them over here. They whine and yell.
Oh,
yeah, but no,
still kicking.
yeah, but just shout out to this man. Like this is a great platform to talk about sports. We chill, we laugh, but we talk about sports. So we spit the facts all the time.
Man. Yo, my shout out is always to y'all that's on here with me today. Always shout out for the fans, man. Me getting out here just being able to talk, man, that's love to me. Y'all don't know, man. I love to talk. Man. But being here and we bringing the stats, data, and all of the real for y'all, man, we love to do this. We love y'all. And sometimes we just have to hit that.
Enough! Silence! I can't take this shit no more.
So when you hit me on Facebook during the daytime, messing up my sneaking on the phone minutes, looking at you arguing with me when we got a show. No, let me sneak on something else. You're wasting my sneak minutes.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Yeah. Get on here and talk it. This is where we at. Then we get out here.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
We don't need like T said, like Trey said. I'll put my middle name out here. Ty Wayne said the 3 T's in here. I ain't talking about Tony. Ooh. But shout out to everybody, man. Yo, I really appreciate everything, especially you, Trey, jumping on last minute. T, you know how we rocking first lady status out here, man. I always appreciate you. Everybody, y'all have a good night.
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is